Hey, Julia Barzyk here from Wise Investigator. So today I wanted to expand a little bit on the topic of this week's newsletter, which has to do with the challenging times that we're in once again. And the news over the last few weeks has dealt with the proposed changes to rules that affect federal grant making. These came out from Office of Management and Budget, or OMB. And if these changes were implemented, it would change a lot of things that are very important to the process of research funding, including things like merit review and the political influence on where money goes. But I'm not here to talk about that. We don't know if those changes will be implemented, but we do know that what you all are being affected by right now is the confusion, the uncertainty, and leading to that discouragement. Because when it feels like you're trying to get your footing, there were a lot of career awards that were made over the last few months after people not knowing this time last year, should I even apply for career? Is the program going to continue? And here we are a year later, and many people have been awarded career grants. I mean, many people have been declined as well. And maybe you're one of them, or if you got a career, congratulations. But we were in a similar place last year, and we did make it through this year. I'm not going to say unscathed, but we've really just got to keep moving. All of you should keep moving. So if you're especially an early career PI and you're not in a leadership position in your department, like someone who's like a department chair or someone who's making hiring decisions and like not even individual hiring decisions, but deciding on things like, are we going to do a cluster hire, or where is the department or the school going to be in 10 or 15 years? If you're just new in assistant professor position and you're not involved in those kinds of decisions and conversations, then it really is most important to focus on you and your career. And I know that the group of assistant professors out there that I work with and those that I don't work with are an extremely resilient group of people. So you all are extremely resilient. You all are extremely patient. That's part of resilient, right? It's taken a long time to get into these roles. Some of you have done, many degrees beyond the regular ones. You've done multiple postdocs. You've taken other staff positions that have finally maybe led to a tenure track position. And you've done this, through your travels around the globe even. So you all are extremely resilient. You're extremely patient. You are willing to put the work in, talk about hardworking. And you all also have a lot of intelligence that you bring to the table. Obviously, that's a given. We probably don't say that enough, but you're smart and you can figure things out. And when I talk to people outside the research enterprise, and of course, a lot of people I know are in the research enterprise in one way or another, where it's academia, government, or elsewhere, or even in adjacent professions. But of course, I do talk to people outside that enterprise too. And I feel like one of the most unrecognized aspects of research, science, STEM, especially in higher education, is just how hardworking, resilient, and determined, effective, productive, capable, generous, and kind we are, or you are, our community. And I especially want to focus on the researchers themselves. So that is you. And you all are unsung heroes. You don't often really get that kind of praise or acknowledgement because it's just a given that uh, you're functioning that way. And there are not very many professions where that's the case. So I know that you can get through this. um, the system is absolutely under stress. And when you're already in a stressful position, even if things were going really well, the money was flowing and people were getting good news all around you, you were getting good news. If you are trying to get through those early years in a faculty position towards tenure, you're under stress, even in the best of circumstances. This can also coincide with a time of life where you may have small children or be thinking about having small children. You may have a spouse or a partner who's in a different state state or even a different country, and you may be finally getting a little bit better of a paycheck where you're trying to sort out financial stability. So even in the best of times, it's a very stressful period. And when this news keeps coming and keeps coming, kind of like the death by a thousand cuts of just more discouraging news and more concern and more anxiety inducing headlines, then that can start to wear you down. And that's normal to feel that way. But you've been very resilient, you've been very patient, you've been very hardworking up until this point. So just keep doing that. As you get older, like I have gotten older, you will realize more and more that we are always going to be in some kind of period of change and transition. There isn't really anything that's stable. And not to do a whole commentary on the state of society now and technology and all of that, but I think we could all agree that that rate of change seems to be increasing in terms of just how quickly we need to adapt to new ways of doing things. So even in better times, we're still going to be needing to make those adaptations. And don't discount the stress that you're under because of these added issues that we're dealing with on top of being in a very stressful position just on its own. And remember, though, that as of right now, much of the system is still functioning. Awards are still being made, and it's not your responsibility to try to predict what all of the outcomes of this will be. There are people at your institution who are monitoring this, and you can take guidance from them because that's their job. Your job is to focus on you, your lab, your students, and your family. So just keep moving. Your career is worth it. It's important for you. It's important for all of us that you have success in your career. And your work is important in terms of the actual results that you get and how that contributes to society. And you are important yourself as a person. And this is something that I encourage you to just keep at the forefront of your mind as we go through these challenging times. We do not know what's going to happen, but just keep moving, and the outcome will be better than if you had stopped.